Today's Wednesday, it's the 13th of November, it's 2024, and I've come down to Puerto Portals. We've had some really unpleasant weather over the last few days. It's been very wet, very rainy, windy and cold. It was really cold yesterday. That's the beach just to the west of Puerto Portals. You can feel the breeze now blowing, and I'm not sure how clear it shows up here, but there's a gully that's been created where the sand has been washed away into the sea. It's been created there, and just looking over here, and we've got another boat in the water on its side. I don't think that one's been there for very long, and it's obviously lost its mooring, and it's actually tied to the rocks now, so it's not going to get very far. But if the waves get any bigger, it's going to get quite damaged, I think. I've just stepped down now, and there's quite a few boats that moor just outside the port, and hopefully getting a little bit of shelter from the winds. There's not been really high winds, but it's just been a little bit constant, and just a huge amount of rain. Our part of the island didn't get hit quite so badly as some of the other parts, the Tramontana, the mountain areas, so yeah, seemed to be getting a battering from the radar pictures that I was seeing. And this morning, just looking at the news, Puerto Cristo has again had a lot of rain and flooding. But it seems to be leaving us a little bit now. We've got some sunshine. There is a little bit of rain forecast, but hopefully that will miss us as well. And the problem seems to have been moved back onto the mainland, and at the moment Malaga is on red alert, and hope our friends Steve and Janetta are safe over there. They live very high up, so can't see that they're going to get flooded. One of the issues that has been in the news a lot here is about the parking that many of these apartments and businesses have are actually underground. So when they're building a new apartment block, they dig down and they create a parking there. And all the supermarkets, big supermarkets, they have them as well. And that's one of the things that causes the issue, is that these get flooded. And in Valencia, it appears that people went down to get their cars out because they knew they were going to flood. And well, they suffered the consequences, lost the car, and some people lost their lives. You can see there's lots of work going on here in Puerto Portals. I don't actually know about this, but it's a good time to do it. Looks like they're reconcreting some areas. And there's a lifeboat over there, the orange one, and then some of the big boats moored on the other side. Usually there's lots and lots of boats here. The bigger boats are moored on this side, but I don't think I'm going to get down here. I think I'll go back to where I was, and we'll catch up a bit further down. There's the work, and I've moved myself a little bit further down, and still some very big boats down here. Big boys' toys, very expensive toys. Anything goes wrong and it costs a fortune. Anything to do with these boats. I'm noticing several Maltese flags. Some British flags. Maltese as well. I do find them really pretty things. But most of these will just sit here now for the winter. Some of them do actually go over to the Caribbean. Some of them might actually sail across, but there's a ship that actually takes them, moves them out of the water and then takes them across. It's quite amazing, really. And it nearly capsized last year or the year before, a couple of years ago. And the work continues down here, look. Which means I'm going to have to walk around the back. Maybe I can get through here. A bit dark in here. There's some out into the square. Nice shops here. Some of the places, well, they're closed now. They might open up later on. Port doesn't really close. It just changes its style in the winter. A lot of workers come in to do work on the boats. This is Flanagan's restaurant. Since 1987, Flanagan's. That was must have been right at the very beginning. And another thing that's been here since the beginning is Wellies. Changed its ownership. It was founded by Jeff many years ago. I remember him coming round to our house and asking me to help him with the menus. It's my little contribution to Wellies all those years ago, but that must have been in 1986 or so, 87. So this is affectionately known as the Wellies Quay. Some of the boats have their own cars which get left here as well. And together with these boats, there's a whole industry that goes with them, that supplies them, services them, repairs them, and just generally keeps them clean and makes sure that they're ready for the owners whenever they want to come out. And a lot of people work in that industry. If you're wondering where Anita is, it's Wednesday and it's knitting day. They were thinking of cancelling the knitting and they saw the weather forecast, but it seems a lot better today now we've got up, and so off she's gone. this end of the port is the bigger of the boats. There's a very big one in front of us. That used to be the mooring spot for a boat called Leander, and lots of famous people used to go on board, including members of the British royal family, Princess Margaret, for example. One's called Oscar. Huge things, some of them. These at the end here are some of the biggest in at the moment. Seawall, and it looks as though you can walk on the seawall again. I can see some people just being, it's a nice walk, it's quite a long walk. I can't do it today, I haven't got time. On another occasion I might do that. Amazing that you can have something this size and it's all just winterized now, or just going to be moored here, and there'll be people permanently employed to look after them, costing the owners a lot of money. Some of the grey clouds I was talking about, and as you can see as we go that way, the boats get a bit smaller. German flags as well, a few Spanish, British, and just again reading the paper saying that a large percentage of the properties being bought on the island at the moment are being bought by foreigners, and the British are amongst the high part of that percentage. Some of them will be taking advantage, I think, of the golden visa, which allows anyone who spends 500,000 euros to get the right to come and live here. It looks as though that's coming to an end. The golden visa is going to be phased out. For a long time it's been disliked by locals, it's been disliked by the European Union, and I think some pressure's been put upon them to get rid of the 500,000 euro golden visa. And it may be one of the causes of the high prices of property. People have got to spend 500,000 in order to get the golden visa. Well, this is part of the walkway, which has actually been already done. So they've put all the new blocks down, and the work's been completed here. Ritzy in front. So this is the next key down, which is a little bit smaller. I'm not going to walk down this one, I'll just walk a bit further down towards the smaller and smaller boats. Like that one, nice. Riva. Puerto Portals, all to myself. It sees. Yesterday, I think at the beginning I did tell you that the weather was not very nice and it was actually cold, and what I mean by cold, it was 13 degrees Celsius yesterday and it never rose above 13 degrees. It was pretty much 30 degrees constantly throughout the day, which for us feels quite cold. It actually meant we put the heating on in the house, which was a little bit unexpected. Today the temperatures are expected to go up by something like 6 degrees, so we're expecting 19-20 degrees today, and then as we get to the weekend the temperatures will go up a little bit more. 13 degrees I think is quite unusual at this time of the year. It's not unknown, but it's unusual, and more like the top teens is more normal. There's another one of these keys. Looks like they're working at this end of the port again as well. Someone saying, why don't you go round to the lobster club? That's why, because it's all been constructed around there. if I do the wall, I have to go past the Lobster Club. I'll maybe try that next Wednesday or on another Wednesday when Anita's at the knitting club. I'm going to get to this stage down here where the boats are a lot smaller. And this end is one of the places where they take the boats out of the water. Some of them get stacked up, the smaller ones there, like a little multi-storey car park for them. Others just get put on the hard standing, and it makes it easier for the workmen to do whatever repairs, anti-fouling that they may need to do. Here, there's the bar open at the end. I've got time to stop there. I could walk around there, but I'm not going to. It's a bit messy. When they dug the port out, one of the things they did was to shore up the side with netting. I'm just going to walk around here just to show you where the car park is, and also the amount of rain we had. You can see the big puddle there. I'm going to stand back because I don't want to get soaked. See the P across there, that's the entrance to the underground car park. There's a car just going down into it. So even though we're only about a metre above sea level, there is an underground car park here. And it also gives us a good view of the face there, the rock face that they've had to stabilise so that it doesn't come falling down. They built the apartments up at the top there. I think that's Las Terrazas. Toilets here, handy to know. Multimarine have an office down here. I didn't know that, that's new to me. Just walked around, that's the square. There's a lot of quite loud music, that's one of the other reasons for avoiding going down there. And the lift's there to take you down to the port car park. We're getting ready now for Christmas, and so the lights are going up. You can see just along here there'll be a nice tunnel of lights, and in the centre we'll have lots of stalls and things, so that won't be until December, I don't think. Here they tend to be a little bit later, but it's a lovely spot. For fairs, so the Christmas one. They may have one before that as well. They might do something before that, I'm not sure. But I will keep my eyes open. It's a Chinese restaurant, Victory. She's been there also right almost from the beginning, I think. One of the first places. A place that's, well, I don't know now, but it was always very reasonably priced. So it's a place we used to go to eat in the port when we lived in Portals now. Many of the other places are actually quite expensive. Nice little water feature. We've got estate agents, yacht brokers, fancy clothing shops, jewellers, the sorts of things you need if you've got money to spend on one of those big boats. You look at the prices in the windows, some of the things are very expensive, so way out of our league. But that doesn't stop us from being able to have a walk around here, and in effect we see how the other half lives. This is Cappuccino's. It's been in the port, I think, more or less from the beginning, not always situated here, but in that first square we were. And they're open, but not many customers at the moment. It's Ritzy's. When we first went into lockdown and people couldn't come to the island, I was getting messages from some of the boat owners here saying, could you just go along and video my boat, make sure it's okay, just walk along the Wellies Quay or whichever quay it was, and keep an eye on their boats from afar. And we are back at Wellies. Well, I hope you found this interesting. I'm going to make my way back to the car now, and thanks very much for watching. Look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye for now.